What is up, everybody? Turboversity here today, and we're gonna talk about Greg Miller, the kind of funny hypocrite. Boy, oh boy, is the virtue signaling just through the roof with this guy. So people should have knew how fake this guy was when he got rid of the Colin Moriarty. I don't even care for Colin Moriarty. I don't watch Colin Moriarty stuff, but even me, I'm like, bro, this dude is a snake. This dude is fake because you just got rid of that guy over a simple joke. Like, really? You supposed to be close with this guy? You got rid of him over a joke. So I knew he was fake since that event happened, but people are calling this guy out. They're like saying, hey, how are you taking this high moral stance against leaks when all you do is talk about leaks on your channel? They were pulling up the receipts because even the day before you made this dumb video, he was covering the Rocksteady leaks, and he had a problem with that. So what's with this new stance that, we can't talk about the Insomniac leaks because it's bad, but you can talk about the Rocksteady leaks or these different other developers leaks as well too? Like, what's the difference? Oh, because Insomniac put you in a video game. They referenced you guys in a video game, so we can't talk about these guys? Like, what a joke. And this guy, I'm glad the Sony fanboy is getting called out. It was well deserved at this point. I had the biggest Kool-Aid grin on my face when I seen all these people in the comment section just roasting this guy, pulling up receipts and how fake this guy is. And it's like, it's just obvious. This dude was a fake fraud who was just a hypocrite, like complete hypocrite. So I'm gonna play the clip, and then we're gonna see what people have to say about this.
Hello everyone, it's me, Greg Miller from Kinda Funny Games, and if you didn't know, Insomniac was held ransom by some cyber hackers, the types, you know what I mean, saying that they wanted $2 million or they'd release a whole bunch of Insomniac files. And they did that. Insomniac did not give them the money. The hackers released the files, and now the internet is in flames as all sorts of information about Wolverine, Insomniac, personal data of the developers, and so much more is floating around. This has led to a giant conversation about how this should be handled in reporting video game news. I wanted to come to you and talk to you about how we'll approach it on Kinda Funny Games Daily today. Today, we will not go into the details of this leak. We will instead talk about the human component. All the developers at Insomniac.
What about the human component with all those other developers? With the NVIDIA leak, the Capcom leak, the Xbox leak, the GTA 6 leak, and the several other leaks that you talked about. What about that component then? If I was one of these developers, I'd be pissed at how much hypocrisy this guy is showing. Like, you talked about our games being leaked, but you didn't talk about, but you're not going to talk about Insomniac games being leaked? Really? Oh, man. So much hypocritical nonsense from this guy.
Who just had years and years of work published when it was not ready to be seen, information published when it was not ready to be seen, contracts published when they were not ready to be talked about, and of course their own personal information shared against their will. This is an invasion of their privacy, done in one of the most malicious ways possible. So today on Games Daily, we will focus on the human element of this. Of course, going forward in the years to come, there will be references to this information because it is out there in the public sphere.
So going forward, he kind of put himself in the whole box with this whole moral grandstanding thing. So going forward, is he not going to cover any other leaks from these different studios? Because leaks in the game industry is like pretty much synonymous at this point, because there's always going to be a leak somewhere in the game industry. But that means he can't cover any other leaks from any other studios at this point, with this whole stance he's taking, which I believe is super fake, so he's not going to keep up with that stance, but it's just fascinating. So let's continue.
Sphere, but we don't think it's newsworthy today when so many people, actual human beings, are in a lot of pain. So that's how we're going to do it today on Games Daily.
Oh, this guy's so fake. So freaking fake. Then he says, is this you? What is this?
The continuing saga of Grand Theft Auto 6. If you were under a rock all weekend, maybe offline, maybe you missed it, Grand Theft...
I don't really play the music. Like, I probably played a clip if they didn't have that music, but I'm pretty sure he's going to talk about GTA 6 with the biggest smirk on his face. So yeah, hypocritical nonsense. Virtue signaling at its worst. Funny how you had zero issue covering all of the Xbox/Nintendo third-party leaks this year, huh? People can see what you're doing. It is so obvious. Covered all other leaks in the industry this year with no issues, though. Yeah, just no issues. Even the day before, talked about the Rocksteady stuff. I'm like, you can't make this up here, people. He's like a hypocrite. And then we got the brown nosers coming in. I'm happy it wasn't too many brown nosers, but there was some brown nosers. Greg, you're an inspiration and a class act. Thank you for this, really? Oh man. Okay, so they got a compilation.
Have taken to the internet.
They got a compilation. Him talking about the Suicide Squad, which was just the day before. Talking about Capcom leaks. Talking about, what is this? Xbox leaks as well. The GTA 6 leaks. Far Cry 7 leaked. I didn't even know about that, but apparently talked about Far Cry. I didn't know there was a Far Cry 7, but there you go. Zelda leaked. It's like, this guy's a hypocrite. It's just blatant hypocrisy right there. So only when it's PlayStation you choose not to cover. Massive L, lost all respect. Yeah, because PlayStation puts them in their games so they can't cover them. And it's like, this is just weird to begin with. Like, why are they two dudes shirtless with Spider-Man mask on? It's just weird. But, you know, whatever. I'm not going to touch on that. That's just really weird right there. But keep protecting Sony. What a joke. Xbox entire console leaks. Let's share all the details at Kinda Funny. Some Marvel games leaked from Insomniac. Let's not discuss anything. Doesn't make any sense. Phony pony. That's what I got out of this. And then, like, the whole point that I want to touch on too about him saying, like, it's just so bad for the industry with these leaks. I'm sorry, but I don't remember any leaks actually having a super negative impact on game sales. Like, at the end of the day, they want the, no matter if the game is leaked or not, they care about these games selling. So, The Last of Us Part 2 had one of the biggest leaks that we've seen in the gaming industry. That game's still so perfectly fine. It won a lot of awards. It's so fine. GTA 6 had several leaks. You made it tell me that game ain't gonna sell. They can put the whole playthrough of GTA 6 on the internet that people can see, and it will still sell like hotcakes. Like, what is this leak for Wolverine is actually gonna do? Like, people still gonna buy the game in droves. It's probably gonna outdo Spider-Man in the sales, but let's just feel for Insomniac. Let's feel for them like they're like really going through it. Like, at the end of the day, it's just video games here, people. It's not like it's like some government files or something. It's video games. Like, people still gonna buy a Wolverine game. It's probably gonna sell more than Spider-Man. So I'm not buying this whole like we need to be feeling super sorry for Insomniac. They're gonna make their money for this game. It's just that we know about stuff in advance. It's not gonna change anything. You are a freaking liar. Once again, another brown noser. Common Greg W. What does he get a W for? Hypocrisy. Like, what is he? What are you getting him a W for? The virtue signaling is strong with this one. Thank you guys for taking this stance. Y'all are class act, and I sincerely hope that others will follow your lead. Nobody on earth is going to follow this guy's lead like they did before previously with these other leaks. People talked about the leaks. I'm pretty sure other developers are talking about the Insomniac leak. They're talking about Insomniac's roadmap. It's like, you got to be like, I don't understand this, where you just can't talk about the leaks, apparently, or you're a bad person. That just makes no sense. Take the high ground when it comes to PlayStation, but didn't do it for Xbox or Rockstar or even Rocksteady the day before. Literally the day before, which is the most hilarious thing about this. The day before they were talking about leaks, but you know, talking about leaks is bad now. It's a bad thing now. Hypocrite, he's definitely the poster boy for being a hypocrite at this point. So what happened here? Everybody is just posting these receipts to these guys, and it is a good thing to see that this guy being called out, because he is such a virtue signaler. It's just crazy. Like, this is the type of person that you would sleep with one eye open, or even like if he brings something to like a function, you'd be like, nope, I'm not accepting that pot pie right there. I don't know what you did with it. This guy is just so fake to me, in my opinion. Like I said, ever since the whole like that Women's Day joke, and he got rid of that one guy, I'm like, yeah, I don't trust you at all. Like, you sound like a really fake individual. It'll be interesting to see what the next leak happens. Will you have the same stance, revert back to the same policy of reporting the leak live like you always done? Growth is one thing, picking and choosing when to use your moral high ground is another. Yeah. One of these is not like the other. And did he have this stupid thumbnail? Wow, this thumbnail is so pathetic. Leave them alone. Why don't you say that to the hackers, the people who actually hacked their company? Like, what the hell? People talking about leaks is bothering Insomniac now? Like, it's just craziness. Well, you can't talk about leaks ever again after a statement like this. You definitely can't. If you don't take that stance, don't talk about leaks at all then. Which I doubt he's actually not going to do. They got you in a 4K discussing multiple leaks from another non-Sony owned devs. Just say what it really is, my guy. He's a Sony fanboy zealot. When it comes to Sony, leave them alone. But when it comes to everybody else, you can talk about them. Just hypocrisy. I get not wanting to discuss leaks when it involves personal information. That's being said, I don't think anybody even talked about these personal information documents. They're just talking about the games they released or just Wolverine in general. So I was like, it's just this guy's just so fake. They're just so fake. Y'all have covered numerous leaks from various companies, some who have also been hacked. So this comes off as kind of performative. I get learning from the past, but let's be serious. Yeah. I love seeing Greg Miller in shambles, being a hypocrite. I like that everybody's calling this guy out. That's what I like to see. It's like, that should have happened when they kicked the other guy off, but it was like, we're finally seeing it now where they're just saying, hey, you are just fake as F at this point. I get not discussing someone's personal info, but really, this is the route we're taking. Little bit hypocritical, don't we think? Had a full title thumbnail talking about Capcom's leaked information, where their employees were affected. But let's just not talk about the Insomniac stuff, guys. Have a heart. I was like, really? There's a bunch of cap going on, that's for sure. Yet you covered every other leak that occurred in the industry with literal glee. Craziness about this. Another brown noser. Nothing but class. Thanks, Greg, for doing the right thing. It's just laughable. You could just spot the brown nosers out, because their comments are just like so laughable. I was like, geez. A W video? Really? Oh, man. Y'all really want to invite on that show, huh? Y'all really want to invite on his podcast or whatever? It's just so obvious. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to conclude it right here. I am just glad to see that all the comments are just roasting this guy, because he definitely deserves it, being a fake, fraudulent, hypocritical piece of crap. So, there you go. But I'm going to include it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.